Because in reality, can we really balance anything? I mean, once you start prioritizing one thing, something's got to take a hit. It's really hard to get everything on the same level, but it's really easy to just go 100% on something and just completely drop off on another. How many times have you heard someone say, oh, I'm going to skip the gym because I got to go study?
Yep.
No. Priorities. Come on now. Gains before brains. Always.
Well, I wouldn't say, not always.
Always priorities. No one asks you what your degree is, but they do ask how much you bench. What's up, everyone? David here. Got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And as you can see, I got a new special guest with me today. Usually I have Ale on this channel with me, but she's not here right now. But I have
Audrie. Hey guys.
Last name pronounced Ruess, not Ruess.
Yeah, last name is pronounced Ruess.
I got it wrong and she got mad at me.
I am also a personal trainer and currently still an athlete. And I don't have a YouTube channel, but
Yet.
Apparently. Maybe that's going to be one in the works later. But I do have an Instagram, so you can follow me on there, Audrie Ruess Fit, and also TikTok. Yeah.
I'll put all the links down in the description. If you haven't already, I made a video recently about how to balance college, work, all the things that are associated with incoming students, whether they're transfer, freshmen, first-time college students, anyone who's got a busy schedule. This is the whole reason why I'm making all these videos. The entire month of July, the entire month of August, I got a whole series of videos planned towards helping you all out. Because it's gonna be a sudden life change. You're gonna be living on your own for the first time. You're gonna learn how to financially support yourself for the first time. You're gonna have so much on your plate for the first time. So these are just gonna be tips that have helped me get through my college experience and things that are currently helping Audrie, because apparently a 4-year degree wasn't enough. She has to go through extra years of torture.
Yep.
So when I think of college realistically, I think of 3 main aspects. We actually got the actual school part. So under school it could fall classes, internships, studying, homework, everything that actually involves, learning the material.
Yeah.
Then we got our work schedule. So if you're doing a paid internship, part-time job, multiple part-time jobs, whoever it may be, and then gains, priority. So whether you're an athlete like yourself or just someone who works out in general just because you enjoy doing it, what are tips that have helped you balance everything out? Or I should say better manage everything? Because in reality, can we really balance anything? I mean, once you start prioritizing one thing, something's got to take a hit. It's really hard to get everything on the same level, but it's really easy to just go 100% on something and just completely drop off on another. How many times have you heard someone say, oh, I'm going to skip the gym because I got to go study?
Yep.
No. Priorities. Come on now. Gains before brains. Always.
Well, I wouldn't say, not always.
Always priorities. No one asks you what your degree is, but they do ask how much you bench.
Well, I mean, someone also might ask you what your degree is, but either way, the point's still there.
Nerds.
The point is still there.
Nerds. No, school's important, everyone. Shoot for a 4.0.
Yeah,
it really helps out.
4.0 every time. I'm just kidding.
It's more of a 3.8 myself.
Yeah.
There's always one class that I got to be in.
Yep. A little bit from personal experience. If you're talking about, you got to be really, really specific on your goals here. Everyone, obviously when you're going to school, the goal is always to be getting good grades, okay? And you're trying to graduate or you're trying to move on to another master's degree or whatever it is, you need to be getting good grades. So that is already established, okay? What's not established and what you have control over is what time you're going to sleep, what time you're waking up in the morning, how much time you're dedicating to the work that you're doing, how much time you're going to set aside to your workout. And this kind of goes into another point is you don't have to be working out 6 to 7 days a week, 4 hours a day. There's a time and place for everything. And if you get your schedule aligned right and your priorities in line, that's going to help a lot. So going back to the goals and how to set them properly is, okay, this semester, for example, let's say you had like a bad semester grades-wise, okay? So you're gonna need to devote maybe a little bit more time to studying, okay? When we're talking about the balance, exactly like David was saying, something's gotta take a hit. There's ways that you can adjust your training schedule. Maybe you used to work out 2 hours a day, okay? If you need to adjust your training schedule to allow more time for studying, there's ways to shorten that without compromising your gains. There's always ways to tweak it. So that's just one example, but let's see, going back to that, So setting your goals and then figuring out a way to adjust your schedule is going to be the most important thing. So in a practical example, go into your calendar app or your phone or a planner and write down, you're going to block out all of your class schedules. That's the thing that doesn't change. That's just you have that no matter what, okay? You just wrote down your school schedule, your classes. Now you're going to put in your work schedule or your extracurricular activities and appointments that cannot move or cannot be changed. You've already set those times. Then you're going to fill in your workout schedule, and however much time you have available, that's how long you're going to set your workout for. But you don't need to be spending 2 to 3 hours if you don't have 2 to 3 hours. If you only have an hour block, that's when your workout's going to be. And that is a way to, one, prioritize not only your school, not only your work, but also your health, and make it in a way that's able to be balanced.
Just to go a little bit more in depth, because you keep talking about 3 hours workout, 2 hours, 3 hour workouts. I feel like there's certain things that we can do during a workout that cut the time.
Yeah.
So first off, she talked about the frequency. First off, determine how many days you can actually work out. I already made a video out there that gave you multiple workout programs you can follow depending on if you're working out from 2 days all the way up until 6 days per week. But what exactly do we focus on those workouts if we are limited on time?
Good point there with the template for how many days to work out a week. And this is not how many days ideally you want to work out a week. That's what I'm exactly talking about is your schedule. Be very, very realistic. Look at your workout schedule.
You can do with the time
what you can do.
It's not what we want, but it's what we can manage.
It's what we can do. So now once you have that time constraint, supersetting. Supersetting is a great way to, it's when you do two exercises back to back with no rest in between. And then
opposing muscle groups. Opposing muscle
groups. Or you can, some people just group supersetting as just doing 2 exercises back to back. However you want to call that, just grouping 2 to 3. 3 is kind of a lot, but for the sake of this video, let's go 2. 2 exercises back to back, no rest, then rest after the second exercise. That's 1 set. Then you're going to repeat that for however many you're doing in your workout. That's a great time saver. You also don't need, just like you don't need 2 to 3 hours of working out, you don't need 10 to 12 exercises in one workout. Keep it simple. Focus on the main muscle groups. What are your goals? Again, going back to the goals, what are your goals for working out? Once you have those goals, that's going to affect how you're going to structure your workout. And then you want to hit, say if you're really focusing on growing your legs, you want to maximize your workout by choosing the exercises that are going to get you the best bang for your buck, like squats.
It's the go-to. You got to squat. Squat's important.
Yes, squats. Full depth squats. Working on those big compound movements that incorporate lots of muscle groups at one instead of just staying on, I mean, I don't want to bash on machines here, but
yeah, choose your words wisely.
Yeah.
Some of us use both. No, I do have a preference of free weights, but hey, there's a time and place for everything. Machines, I feel, could be the accessory work, but I feel like nothing should replace the free weights, the barbell and plates.
And then when we're talking specifically about how to crunch your workouts down and for time, this is going to be your best bet.
Yeah. I feel, once you actually figure out your actual workout, and you already established which exercise you're going to be doing, again, whether it be a barbell, which my personal opinion should take the priority versus machines, the amount of time it takes you to warm up, that's where I feel people lose a lot of time.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen someone go in, got a foam roll, got to do mobility work, got to do banded exercise, got to activate this, got to do that, soft tissue, there's just so much that goes into it. I always say, if you got to spend 20 to 30 minutes before you even pick up a weight to warm up, you got to be really reconsidering what you're doing throughout the rest of the day. If you're that stiff in the first place, then you got to move around more throughout the day. You know, get your steps in, move around, stretch. Yeah, we're students. We're going to be sitting at a desk all day. Yeah, maybe you're working in an office job. You're going to be in front of a computer all day. But you should be moving around more, because if you don't, all that time is going to be dedicated to warming up. And think about 20 minutes warming up. Realistically, 5, 10 minutes maybe at most. Yeah. That allows you to get an additional now 10 to 20 minutes more of actual gains, weights, the things that are actually going to get you results. And on top of that, let's just say your first exercise is just going off on the squat again. You do your 3 sets of however many reps you're going to do, and they're good quality sets. Afterwards, let's just say you go on to the leg press. Do they not work the same muscle groups? So then why are you going to be spending time warming up with a lighter weight on leg press when those leg muscles are already warmed up? already jump into your max weight, or not max weight, I should say, but whatever your top weight is, your working set weight, already jump into it. If you're going from machine to machine, exercise to exercise, whatever it may be, if you're using the same muscle groups, then there's no need to re-warm up at a lighter weight. Those muscles are already warmed up. Just jump straight into your working sets. It's gonna save you so much time.
Yeah, so for practical example, squats, okay? We're gonna take squats, and then let's say afterwards you're doing Bulgarian split squats. Say this is like a lower body / glute focus day, okay? You have your squat, you're warming up. Yes, warm up for your squat. This is your first movement of the day, okay? And then to get to that weight, it's going to take you maybe 2 or 3 sets of a warm up before you get to your working weight. So once you're at your working weight and you complete your squat sets, when you go into your Bulgarian split squats, you're not gonna be doing, let's say it took you 6 sets total to finish your squat workout. So you had maybe one set of a warm up at the bar, and then you had you add your lightweight for the first warm up set. Your second set, you know, you're getting to that heavy but almost to the working set, and then your third set, you're there and you're at your working weight. When you go into your Bulgarian split squat, that third set that we're talking about, that should be the weight that you start at, the working set, and then from there, that's going to cut down your time, because now you're not doing 6 sets for your Bulgarian split squat. Now you're only doing, 3 to 4. And how do you know if you're in your working set? So your working set for your Bulgarian split squats, you should be at a weight and a rep range where the weight that you're holding, you couldn't do for more than 2 reps after you're done. So say if you do 8 reps and you feel like you had 10 more left in the tank, that's where you want to be. That's a good working set. If say you get done with 8 reps and you're like, oh, I could have done 10 or 12, you need to either go up in weight, I would say then you need to go up in weight. And then,
I mean, that's what I always tell you. Do I not say in all my other videos, you don't have to go always to failure. No, just go push yourself hard enough to the point where you have maybe 1 or 2 reps left in the tank. Occasionally, yes, go to failure just so you could understand what failure looks like. Because people that never train to failure, how are you supposed to quantify and how are you supposed to know what 1 to 2 reps until failure feels like if you've never actually gone through to failure?
Yes.
But you know what? Do you?
Yeah.
So let's just say someone has the audacity to skip a workout to go study. How can we get to the point where they don't have to cram everything the night before? Because how many times, again, towards either midterms week, finals week, anytime they have a major test or assessment, they skip the gym, they want to go study.
Yep.
And at that point, in my opinion, I always say it's too late. If you didn't learn it in 1 semester, you're not going to learn it in 1 night, especially the night right before you have to take the test. I mean, you should be taking steps every day from the beginning of the semester to actually study, because the semester not get harder and harder as it goes on. So if you already don't have good time management skills at the beginning of the semester, you're not actually studying and staying on top of your coursework in the beginning, week 1, it's just going to get worse and worse as you go.
Yeah. So now talking time management and specific organization when it comes to your schoolwork, so that way you can know how much time you're spending on studying.
You know, the main emphasis of this video.
Yes, the main emphasis.
Finally getting to it.
finally getting there. But you have an exam coming up, okay? For exams, me personally, I like to at least block off the week before. The week before, at least, is when I'm studying for that exam. For extra difficult exams, I need at least 2 weeks. That's for me personally, because I've already kind of systemized this schedule for myself, and it works really, really well. I spend the whole week before that exam, that is going over the first day is going to be creating my study plan for that week. And that's going to be what topics are going to be on the exam. You know, what is it that we're actually reviewing? What are the main points that, if there's a study guide. Forgot that. If there's a study guide.
That thing that the professors always tell you to use to your advantage.
They're
actually bringing it up for a reason, believe it or not. Actually, the questions on the study guide are actually a reflection of what's going to be on the test. Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought? But if you do it that way, say you have that mapped out just on the first day of the week before your exam, you're already going to be in a way better position than starting to study 3 or 4 days before the exam. I'm sure we've all been there where you pick up the textbook, you have your exam in 3 or 4 days, you start studying and you realize actually how much material you still have to go over. So that's why I say start a week before, okay? You should be going through at least all the material by the end of that week. Now, if your test is on Monday, this is, you want to do your, this kind of doesn't apply. This is more for, usually my exams would fall on like a Wednesday or Thursday. So a week before on that Monday through Friday, that's when I would finish reviewing the material. The next week before the exam, the Monday through Thursday, that's going back over the material and going back to things that, you know, I need more work on. Now, again, if you are doing that, there should be no reason why you're cramming the night before if you set yourself up at least a week before. So at the beginning of the semester, if you go through, they give you usually a time, most professors in college will, actually I think all of them, in your syllabus, there's going to be a schedule and it's going to have all the exams for the semester. Put those in your calendar.
It's on the syllabus.
Yes. When I said before at the very, very beginning of the video, put in all your classes, that's also when you put in your exam. Those are non-negotiables. You know you're going to have that. So you know that that week before you're going to need to be studying for it. You know that that week before you may need an extra hour of time blocked off so that you can study. That's another way to optimize your schedule. So that way when you're going then to put your workouts in, now you know where to still fit in your fitness and keep yourself healthy right before your exam and not have to cram the night before.
Also keep in mind, studying is not the only thing you got to do when you have to take your classes. We got homework, because obviously an hour and a half lecture is not enough. We still got to be putting in 5 more hours of homework outside. Yeah. One thing that I noticed has helped me is, despite how structured your class schedule is when you pick your classes, you might have gaps. So what normally would have been, you have a 9:30 a.m. class, an 11 a.m. class, and then a 12:30 class. Mm-hmm. Okay, now there may be times, depending on which semester you're in, you might be skipping out or not have an 11 o'clock class. So now you have an hour and a half time block just free.
Yeah.
I see too many people, they just waste that time. That could have been the time that you go and get your workout in. That could be time that you could be spent doing homework. That could be time spent studying. So any time throughout the day that you have some availability, use it to your advantage. Let's just say you got out of the 9:30 class and you already have a project assigned to you, you already got homework. All right, 11 o'clock, what normally would have been a class, now you have free. Use it to your advantage. Get started on that homework, get it done now. Stop procrastinating. If you procrastinate, then you complain, oh no, I didn't get it, or I didn't get enough time to study. You were given enough time, you just chose not to use it wisely. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on now.
Yep, big facts. Exactly. And take it from me, being in Division I athletics, on top of getting a degree and now having got my degree, but also being in pre-med, and then also now working towards a master's, and then also, you know, working as a personal trainer on the side, you have to be on top of your schedule, especially if you're going into you're going to be working in college, or if you are going to be doing athletics yourself. You need to be on top of that. These are good habits that once you start to build them, college is the perfect time to do it because you have more control over your schedule than you did in high school. So this is the time to start building, the time to start figuring out ways to make your studying habits more efficient so that you can spend less time studying but still get the same good grades. Spend less time in the gym but still get the results you want by progressing at a better rate. And that's all things that start with your time management, building these good habits, building these skills now. And this is good, something to start thinking about. We're talking about a lot of information here, but this is all going to be recurring. The same information is going to happen no matter you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Some people get all the way to their senior year and still haven't built up a good schedule or a way to manage their study habits. So this is something that, especially going into college as a freshman, you really, really, really want to emphasize learning and figuring out what works for you.
And it's never too late. Let's just say you had a rough freshman year. Maybe things didn't go according to plan. Yeah. College was a lot harder than you expected, especially if you're someone who's lived at home with your parents your whole life. And all of a sudden now you're dorming, you're on your own, rooming with people you don't know. If it was rough, all right, just learn from your mistakes. Go sophomore year, get better and better. Just know that each year that goes by, it's going to get more and more difficult. More is going to be stacked on your plate. The classwork is going to get a lot harder because now you're taking the upper division coursework. And there's just going to be so many more responsibilities that you got to manage. So you got to do what you got to do.
Yep. And so here's some practical next steps. So balancing, you got your school, you got your work, and then you got your fitness and your health and you, prioritizing you. So first thing you're going to do as soon as you get all of the your class schedule, you should have already gotten your class schedule by now if you're in summer and school is about to start. Block off your class schedule. As soon as you get those syllabuses, then you block off your exams. Then you're going to block off an hour or two, at least a day, for your studying, for your homework. And then that's when you're going to fill in when are you going to do your workouts throughout the week. And then after that, then that's when you want to focus on, what is it called? Your meals. When are you going to eat, and make sure that you're properly fueled for those workouts.
I got a tip for that about food. If you're on a time crunch and you gotta get your gains in, you might have to just start blending your food.
That
right?
does not work for everybody. That is a very specifically David thing. So
I'm just saying, man, sometimes your chicken and rice, you don't always have time to be chewing through it. Sometimes you got to throw it in the blender.
yeah, I would have to say I'll pass on that. And I think 90% of them
As a matter
are
of
too.
fact, hold up. No, keep going. You're good.
Okay, and this is where we get to ultra time saving tips. There's many other ways to save time. Blending your food
Is one of the top tier
is
tips. That's a pro move.
in my opinion, is not one of the most.
Chicken and rice
Yeah,
in
like
there.
this is really. He's so serious too. That's actually.
Like I'm not
chicken
even
and
messing
rice.
with y'all. I don't think I made a video. I don't think I've shown it before. I know I've mentioned it plenty of times in previous videos, but
You
I don't
need
think
a
I've
new
ever showed it.
lunchbox.
I know it ripped. Dude, I have emotional attachment with this lunchbox. They really got me through. And this ice pack. It's kept all my protein shakes nice and cold. These professors, man, they don't let you eat it in class. But if you're someone who's trying to put on that weight, all right, you said I can only drink during class, but I can't eat. All right, I'll take my solid food, turn it into a liquid. Loophole.
Okay.
Working smart. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So there you have it, everyone. Those were just some tips. Again, take it from us. Me, I have already graduated with my bachelor's. Definitely had a lot going on. Internships, multiple part-time jobs. In a relationship, that's something we didn't cover. But if you got a girlfriend or boyfriend, there's an emotional connection you got to have with them. You got to keep the spark alive. You can't be pushing them off to the side. Too many of my friends, they said, like, yeah, man, she said I didn't make enough time for her. She said that I wasn't prioritizing her, but I had to study. I had to do this. Man, there's ways around it. I was able to go all 4 years with my girlfriend, still with her. I just had that communication with her, like, hey, we can't hang out today, but I gotta study, but we can hang out on this day. So just be vocal with them. Communicate. Take it from Audrie as well. All the tips that she gave, same thing. 4-year degree, along with part-time jobs, along with being a Division I athlete. The travel schedule, which is something that was not talked about either, but there's a lot more that goes into that as well. Take it from us who have actually gone through it. We were able to walk the walk, and we were able to come out to the other side. Got that 4-year degree. Audrie went out, decided, go a little bit more. Because 4 years of torture was not enough. But you know what? Whatever. But yeah, comment down below if you are a current college student, what are some things that are currently helping you out? Or if you've already gone through your school experience, what are things that helped you get through everything? Managing your work life, managing your gym life, managing your classroom life. All those things, comment down below. Try to help everyone out. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe not just to my channel, but my girlfriend's channel and a couple's channel so you miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos every week across the board for all 3 channels. For this channel, new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Instagram, TikTok, same thing. Follow me on all the accounts, girlfriend accounts, couples accounts. And follow Audrie on all of her accounts. Everything. All the links down in the description below. That being said, we'll catch y'all next time.